Right there. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Jacobs. My name is Mr. Freeze, and how are you today?
Oh, I've been better. I'm still on this side of the dirt, so that's a good thing. And right now, I'm just trying to get my life back in order. There's been some rough times, and I'm really not looking to get back into um, um, what brought us here to today. Um,
Okay. Well, before we go any further, do I have your permission to video record this session?
do I have to take off my clothes?
No,
Okay.
no. This is safeguard. This is just for my supervisor, and it's not going to go any further.
Okay, and I was just being a jerk. So,
It's okay.
all right.
I know you. I know you're nervous.
I am a little,
Hmm.
but I'm looking for some help in re-entering society. Um, I need help.
Okay, but do I have permission to?
Yes, you do.
Okay, thank you
Yes, you
very
do. Yes,
much.
you do.
Okay, so what brings you here today? What can I help you with?
Well,
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
okay. I'm 35 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm from New York City. I moved to Newburgh and, um, well, no, before moving to Newburgh, I was in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And I met a lovely young lady. When we got married, and I relocated to Newburgh. Um, I have two sons. One which was her son, and my nephew, who I call my son because I've raised him since he was 6 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the only dad that he knows. Um, um, so, what would you like to know?
Okay. Tell me what's going on. First of all, why are you here today?
Um, um, I think, like I stated before, I'm trying to reintegrate myself back into society. After being released from prison, all that I had before then, including my wife who passed away, all that I had before then is gone. So, I need help um, getting back into the community and back into society again, back into the ranks of employment. Just I need help in getting my life back.
Okay. As per to unemployed, what type of work are you interested in?
Well, um, before I got arrested, I was a taxi driver.
Okay.
Um, uh, what I would like to do, since I'm single now, my kids are grown, I'd like to um, get my CDL
Mm-hmm.
and maybe do long distance hauling.
Okay.
I,
Um.
because I'm not tied down
Mhm,
to anybody or anything,
mhm,
and so I can go over the road and spend a week here, a week there.
mhm. Okay. If it's not too personal, could you tell me why you were incarcerated?
Um, yes, it's not personal. I I got involved in drugs. Um, I guess maybe we were about 18, and I say we because I hung out with two other guys, and we did everything together.
Mm-hmm.
And we all started smoking marijuana together. We started sniffing heroin and cocaine together, and it was it was a fun thing to do. I mean, that's we didn't give a moment's thought to where it would lead us
Mm-hmm.
or where we would find ourselves. But I knew that it hit me like a ton of bricks one day, because I used to look at the addicts on the street, and I said, "Oh, I'm not like that," you know. But one day I got up, and I didn't have any money or I didn't have any drugs, and I started feeling really bad,
Mm-hmm.
and that didn't go away until I got high, and then the reality hit me that I had a habit. All right, and I didn't look like the dope fiend, but internally I was a dope fiend.
Okay.
All right, and so um, not having a job and having a habit, sometimes you have to do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do to get your money,
Okay.
and and um, I I got involved in crime, and it was one of those crimes that got me locked up and sent away. That's what happened.
Okay. Did you also use alcohol?
Yes.
And how much were you drinking?
Um, it was, it wasn't. It all seemed to just jumble together. We buy beer and smoke weed and sniff drugs and cocaine, and there wasn't a specific amount of alcohol that we did. It was just we do it.
Oh.
But I would say, um, if you want to put it in terms of numbers,
Mhm.
we would do. Um, I know I would do at least 240 ounces a day.
Oh, well,
Right.
okay.
Right.
All right. And that's what I was going to ask you is how much were you drinking
Okay.
every day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And also, well, as of right now, what types of support groups are you attending?
Well,
Any?
I did a considerable amount of time in prison. I did 7 years, and and I'd be the first to tell anybody that if you have or have had a habit um, um, of any type of
Mhm.
drugs or alcohol, a 90-day program is not going to work for you. Okay.
Mhm.
Some people are are able to, to go into a program and abstain for um, a week or two and be okay. But I would say that the average drug slash alcohol abuser, it takes more than that. And every day of that time that I needed every day of that time I spent in prison to get my head right. Um, Currently, I'm not involved in any type of um, um, drug support groups. I am looking forward to um, getting involved in programs like AA or NA,
Mhm.
just to have a cushion of support.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know that I need that.
Okay. Well, maybe I can help you with resources with that
Okay.
in your community.
Yep. See, that's one of the reasons why I came to see you.
Okay. Okay. What are your immediate situation concerning housing?
Um, right now it's I'm in a rooming house. I have a room,
Mm-hmm.
and I share on my floor. There's one other guy other than myself, and we share the bathroom. And we all share the other tenants in the building. We all share the kitchen. Um, so I have a roof over my head. I don't know for how long
Mm-hmm.
because I need to find employment to be able to pay my rent.
Okay. Well, maybe I can help you with that too. Go to I can find resources. We can both work on that.
Mm-hmm.
We can go to the yeah, maybe there's a resource for unemployment.
Okay. Well, as far as I know, I don't. You might
Okay.
know more than me, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying as far as I know, you have to have had a job to be eligible for unemployment. Um, but um,
Well, what are you good at? You have any skills?
um, uh, yes, I do. Like I said, I drove for um, a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, ooh, maybe 5 or 6 years I drove.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, I know my way around the city. In fact, I know my way around New York for the most part. Um, but I also um, know how to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I um, I had a restaurant. It wasn't a fancy schmancy
Mm-hmm.
thing. It was a fast food restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I learned I had to deal with the Department of Health, and I learned what it takes to to run a restaurant. I learned about the finances and being able to order ahead of time and food preparation and things like that. So I if given the opportunity, I'd like to do that again. I enjoy being with people.
Oh, okay. Sounds like you got a good amount of skills that we can find you. You have good choices of where you want to, work at.
Uh-huh.
So,
And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I think I have a fairly decent voice. I used to sing with this young lady um, back in the day.
mm-hmm.
Um, oh my God, she could sing like a songbird, and uh, but you know the forces that be came between that, and um, that never took off.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Maybe that'll happen.
Yeah. Okay. And what about your finances?
Right now, they are. Um, I came home. I was able to save a couple of $100 while I was incarcerated,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all I have right now. So I'm financially strapped at this point.
Do you have support of your family or friends?
Well, no, and I say this because my family is spread out. Like I said, my wife passed away, and my brother passed away.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sister here. She is making it on her own. I can't be a burden to her. My other sister's in Alabama, so it's like, I'm here on my own.
Okay. Have you tried get help from social service?
Um, yes, I did,
Hmm.
and they will not give me any money. Well, what they offered is food stamps,
Hmm.
and I don't, for the life of me, I don't know why they won't give me any money, but I'm not gonna beat my head against the wall trying to figure out the system. I know that I need to find employment, and that's what I'm seeking to do. And the little bit of money I have is holding me down so far. So, and with the food stamps, that will help keep food in my, in my stomach, and we'll see what happens from there. But I'm hoping that maybe you could steer me in, you know, in some direction that will perhaps lead to some employment for me or financial assistance.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Both of us working on a plan
Okay.
will steer you in the right direction.
All right.
And what about medical? How's your health?
I'm good. I'm good. I before I was released, what they do is they give you a physical,
Hmm.
and well, I'm not contaminated with with anything. Um, my prostate my prostate numbers were up a little bit,
Hmm.
um, but the doctor says that she wasn't worried about that right now. They weren't so high that she was overly concerned. But we do have to address that, especially for black males. Black males seem to have a higher rate of um, prostate illnesses than other folk. But I do have high blood pressure. I'm on my medication. My high blood pressure is stabilized. I'm good. Um, let me see what else. Right now, I guess that's the only thing that I know that I have, unless they find something else.
Okay. What about personal relationships?
Right now, I'm not involved with anybody. I can't afford it. And then it sounds funny, but i- if you want to be involved with someone,
Yeah.
especially a lady of some quality, you want to be able to take her to dinner sometime, or to the movies,
Hmm.
or or just um, be a shoulder that she can lean on.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah. I
and
understand.
right now, I'm barely leaning on myself. So
Yeah.
but there's a young lady that has expressed um, some interest, and like I said, I'm gonna move slow
Hmm.
because she has her life, she has a family, her kids, and I don't want to be a burden to her.
Hmm.
Okay, so right now, my personal life, I'm cool. You know, I'm at the age where I don't have to um, um, have a woman for sex. It's that's not the thing. When you're in a relationship, you are with someone uh, to become their better half.
Hmm.
All right, or the half that might be missing from their life.
Hmm.
All right, and so and that takes time. Sometimes. I'm not rushing anything. You know, I believe God has a plan for me.
Oh, okay. And what about your family relationships?
Well, there's not a whole lot of us left. You know, my mother and father are gone. Um, my brother's gone. My wife is gone.
You mentioned your sons.
Yeah. Well, one's my stepson, and the other is my nephew, and they're, you know, they have their own life.
But
You
do they
know.
keep? Do they stay in
Yes.
touch with
Oh,
you?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
How often do you hear from them?
Well, my wife's son, my stepson, he lives right next door to me.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll call me and say, "Yo, Dad, you all right?" And I say, "Yeah, man, I'm cool. Cause we cooking. You know, you are. I'm okay. Thank you." And my nephew, he has his life. He just recently got custody of his youngest daughter. So you know, he's concentrating on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has three other kids, but they're big kids, and you know, and I call him the luckiest man in the world. He has to be because he's got um, one, two, three, four. He has four baby mamas. All right, four kids, four baby mamas, different women. You know, and none of them, thank God, are stressing him about anything. You know, he and I say, dude, you've got to be the luckiest man in the world because if they all turned around and took your butt to court, you know, you'd have quite a situation on your hands, right? So, you know, and he knows that and he does the best that he can for his kids. You know, he's working, he's a DJ, he does his thing. The young lady that he's with, she's beautiful. You know, I don't mean figuratively. She's just a beautiful person. She knows his background and his family situation, and she's holding him down. You know, they're holding one another down, and that's a good thing.
Hmm.
You know,
Okay.
that's a good thing.
So, is there any other issues or anything else you want to tell me
Um.
about yourself?
Oh, about me?
Yes.
Well, you know, I think I'm a pretty likable person. Um, yo, I have a good head on my shoulders. I pick up things, you know, quite
Mm-hmm.
easily, and I'm I'm honest to a fault.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not going to do anything to you or anybody else that I wouldn't want done to me. All right, so I believe in a higher power.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I believe that um, he or she, you know, plots our courses in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a complainer. I'm not a whiner. You know, I know that there are going to be good times. There are going to be bad times, and I think that I'm capable of handling whatever is going my way. I'll be fine. I'll be
Okay.
fine. And if I can find that other half that'll make my life complete, we'll be fine.
Okay. And
You want to get married?
what do you?
I'm sorry. And I'm also a smart ass at times, you know. And it's really difficult sitting up here and looking at you and not being able to just come off the cuff like that. You are a very attractive young lady,
I'm
And,
taping.
and I wouldn't say anything to you during this meeting that I wouldn't say in person. You are a very attractive young lady. And back to the book.
Okay. Yes, please. All right. Is there any? Okay, as your therapist, what do you expect from me and through our sessions that you wouldn't, I guess, find in other therapists that you wouldn't expect
Well,
other therapists?
I don't know about other therapists. This is a first for me. Well, I did attend group counseling while incarcerated, and that helped me get a lot of the reasons why I got involved in drugs. That helped me to get that to the surface, and and kind of gave me a jumping off point, because if you don't know what can tip you over, all right, and make you go back into that lifestyle again, then that's a problem. But if you know, right, and you see it coming, you say, okay, well, maybe I need to go around the corner instead of walking straight ahead into what I see is coming.
Okay.
All right. I would like to again become employed, and have some money coming in. I don't foresee myself getting back into a life of crime, because the prison walls are not falling down. In fact, they're building prisons, right? When I first went away, I think there were maybe 7 maximum security prisons in New York. Now there are 15, and now they have minimum, medium, super maxis, and it's like, New York is like, for its size, New York has one of the biggest prison populations in the country.
Wow. Okay.
And so I know that there's always a place for me if I, they're not going to run out of space. Let's put it that way. But that's not where I see myself. I don't want to die in jail.
Okay. Yes, it sounds like already you're making better choices, and you really want to have a better life. So, through helping you and, heading in the right direction and coming up with new resources for your skills that you already have.
Right.
We can come up with, getting you back into the job market, and as well as helping you with a resume.
Okay.
As well, and like I said, and plus getting you into support groups.
Okay.
So as to use for a cushion, so you don't relapse.
Right. And
also, I can, you can still come to therapy sessions, and then, you can still work on your skills. And then when you come to the end of your sessions with me, I can still give you, a card and my phone number when you feel that you don't, just in case you need me again. But in the meantime, I want you to keep a journal.
Okay.
To where you keep your thoughts. So just in case you run into, like, you have a bad day and all of a sudden you have a thought of, oh, I want to drink. No. Instead of taking a drink, you write down why
Right.
I don't want to touch a drink.
Right.
Or why I don't want to get high.
Not cutting your thoughts short, but I wrote a book while I was away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's entitled "What I Always Wanted to Ask the Neighborhood Ex-Con, but had to find out for myself."
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it's questions and answers to a lot of the stuff that we talked about today. So that a young person that reads this will never be able to say, "Well, I didn't know." Okay.
That sounds like a good idea. So it's like, okay,
Yes.
You make your mind up.
Yes, that's right.
Read this first before you make that decision.
The ball is in your court. Okay.
Okay.
And then you'll never be able to blame any of your shortcomings on anybody else.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to look into.
I'll get you a copy and you can read it. I think and it's for women and men because we all go through the same processes together. It was a young lady that I interviewed. While I was a trustee, and so I got the opportunity to go to the library. I had the run of the joint. Only places I couldn't go was the armory or out the front door. Those are the only two places I couldn't go. But I got a chance to to talk to women, so I have a women's perspective on it. This one lady in the book, she was pregnant, and she was, well, she wasn't a bad person, but she didn't take stuff. All right. And the mentality of the prison officials, they are the first and final word on everything. And so if you give them a hard way, they hold the key. All right. So this young lady, she was loud mouthing one of the guards, and then she went into early labor, and they thought that she was, just being her normal, antisocial, obnoxious self, and nobody paid her attention. The woman had her baby in the toilet. Okay, and wow, that said to me that this is not a place, for anybody, male, female, or.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, and I've determined to turn my life around and, just make a go of it.
Oh, okay. All right. So until our next session, write the journal, keep the journal.
Okay.
And I shall see you in the next couple of days. How about can you return Thursday at 2:00?
2:00. Well, if I'm out looking, canvassing for a job, I'll call you and let you know that, hey, I won't be available, but I will always call you and let you know, what I'm doing.
Okay.
All right. And I would hope that you would call me and, with any ideas that you have and point me in directions because, like I said, right now, excuse me, this has all changed for me.
Okay, yes. I'll keep in touch with you and I will get on the resources as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you and have a nice day.
And you too.
All right. Bye-bye.